And my name is Shegun Johnson again, and I'm so glad you are watching this particular episode. It's just 3 days to the end of 2022, but a load of insecurity issues in a country as big as Nigeria. A lawyer was killed in a job by some police officers, and some clash at Calabar, south of Nigeria. And so, what is the role of democracy in insecurity? I quickly want to run us by how did government come about in the first instance? There are many theories of how government came about, but let's just take a look at the Hobbesian view. Thomas Hobbes wrote many years ago that there was no government, and the people were fighting one another, destroying one another, killing one another, and it was a state of survival of the fittest. After a while, there were warlords, people gathering under one man, and another place, people gathering under another warlord, and they fight one another. So they came to their senses and said, look, let's lay down our arms and give it to one man who will be in charge of security for the whole area against hoodlums, against robbers, against kidnappers, against any act of insurrection. So they handed it over to if you like, a monarch, but he called it the Leviathan, the one who is in charge of the security of the whole area. And so he will be in charge of the security. The problem was that this Leviathan had too much power to make laws, to execute laws, and to judge laws. So everything was concentrated in the legislature, judiciary, and executive. And so he became very big monster. Now, when we translate it to the modern day democracy, the people have decided to elect their leaders and to give them the power of security. So they have the power to choose army for themselves, the police for themselves, and any other defense organizations and agencies. So when you talk of democracy, we are actually talking about the security that has been given to elected leaders to be in charge of the smooth running of the nation. So it doesn't make sense to say that we have a democratic government and we have a state of insecurity. Have the people not donated all their powers to the leaders who are elected to make sure there's security in the nation? How can you have elected leaders with the sole ability and capability to buy arms, raise up soldiers, raise up police officers to fight any form of insecurity? It doesn't make sense at all. And the people should be asking their elected leaders, how come there is a state of insecurity when we all have decided to lay down our personal arms, our group arms, and deposit it in our elected leaders? It looks like we in some African countries, maybe not all, we still have no understanding of what democracy is about. People have laid down personal arms so that the elected leaders will raise up forces, armies, navies, police officers just to defend the country and secure it. So how come some people say there is no working on a Monday and everybody sits down? So the rule of democracy has broken down, isn't it? Now think about it. Insecurity is anathema to democracy. It doesn't make sense. Leaders who are going there, they are coming there to say, I will protect you because you have given me the power to buy arms and ammunition and to quell any kind of insecurity. For someone to come out and say that insecurity has not made us to build roads and bridges does not make sense. It's an indictment, self-indictment. I hope as we go into 2023, Nigerians and other African countries will elect leaders who will have an understanding of to stand election and to secure their nations. Otherwise, they're not fit for purpose. And it is only the electorate who can say that you are not fit for purpose if you are there and you cannot secure the state from unknown gunmen and anti-security activities. It's a shame that we're still learning the rudiments of democracy in Africa, even after a long time of independence. Well, my name is Sheikh Johnson. I hope to still come your way before the end of 2022 to discuss democracy. Until we get it, I won't stop talking. Happy New Year in advance. I'm just so glad that you are there and I'm here.